Good morning. It is day 6 and we had a lovely little beach campsite. And look at where the water ended up last night. Pretty close. I was a little paranoid about it, but evidently I didn't need to be because it really didn't come up quite as far. But yes, another day. The sun's not yet risen. It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning and it's going to be a great day. I have gone and unpacked, taken off the second drawer and the water tank. We're going to try and look for the leak. Quite a process, not too hard to do, but unfortunately there is a little bit of water damage on the wood. Sad face. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, other than let it dry out. The wood has swelled a little bit, so it's not, it's not perfect, but I guess so long as it doesn't get rotty and mildewy, I don't see a problem. What's the bird out there catching things? For breakfast this morning, I am having cream cheese bagels with bagel seasoning. While everything's why I'm eating off my bull bar, because I can't access my plates. It was a struggle accessing the bagel seasoning, because everything around the tail end of my car is just out drying, and all of that. So fingers crossed I've found the leak. Though it really did seem to come from further away. So I'm at a loss. If it still leaks, I'm kind of at a loss. Part of me is considering whether I just seal up all the edges with the silicone sealer that I got. And just, it can't hurt, right? The only thing it'll hurt is trying to find a spot to put it for 24 to 48 hours for it to dry and cure. But otherwise that'll be it. Get into Carnarvon. Lucky us. Ride was pretty easy. The only issue is my roll cover on the back of my tray wasn't locked in, so that opened up and now there's red dirt inside everything all over again. This seems to be a recurring problem, doesn't it? The red dirt. I was warned, but I guess I didn't listen. I'm now on a hunt to find some water. I saw this sign here that said water point. So now I'm off for a wander to try and find the water. Yeah, well, it's a lovely day, absolutely lovely, though the clouds in the sky do look a little bit ominous. I won't complain to a bit of rain. It is starting to warm up a little bit in the day, but otherwise it's shaping up to be a great one. Probably go for a foreshore walk before carrying on anywhere. But yes, that's it for now. Alright, this is my first ever time going into a hardware store that isn't Bunnings. Very exciting. That's because Bunnings doesn't exist in the bush. Wild. But yes, I've come to my favourite section, the plant section. So Mum and Dad and my whole family that knows how much I love plants, beware. I have been told that I can't have any. I understand that. I'm well aware that I cannot. I've got nowhere to store it. But I did say I'll have this plant because I don't think this plant requires sunlight or water or nutrients or anything like that. I don't actually think it requires anything because it's dead.
Growing out.
No.
That's what it requires.
But we found our length of hose. I was picky and went with drinking water hose because don't want to drink out of a regular hose. It's probably going to be fine, but I don't want to. Right, so the boys have gone off to go look at fishing stuff because everything closes at 12 and the time right now is 5 to 11. I've come out here, we went to the hardware store, bought a length of drinking water hose, and I'm going to attempt to put it all together, fasten it up, cut lines to fill up the tank and see if it leaks. Yeah, while I was getting the drawer out, I cut myself, and the first aid kit is in the back of Jack's car because we couldn't fit, well, we decided not to have the drawer unfastened in the back of my cab, in the back of my tray while we went off wandering. So now I just have that everywhere. I'm hoping that no one comes around to try and fill up their stuff, but it looks like someone might be. They've driven into this car park, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The tray is fixed. Back to the way it was. It took a while, quite a long time. Now we're waiting in the queue to fill up the car with water. But we have to go back to New Beach because I can't find my water bottle. And I also lost the bagel seasoning, which leads me to believe I left it on the front of my car.
Cream cheese bagels
And then drove off.
with bagel seasoning.
So yeah, that's the adventure. Not quite the day we'd planned, but the day that has panned out. Well, I have some excellent news. We found the knife that I used to spread the cream cheese on my bagel this morning. We found the bagel seasoning just outside of town, all squashed on the road, so couldn't rescue that. That's all right. And we found my water bottle. Hallelujah. Here it is. Little bit worse for wear. Just a touch. But it holds water. It doesn't leak out of any of the sides. The only issue is when you turn it to the side. Not this side. Yep, there we go. It leaks just a little bit. But nothing a little bit of silicone sealant won't fix us up, which we've already used today. So I guess I'll do that. But the only downside then is I won't be able to open the lid. Not that I want to, because it's way too hard for my girl strength hands to manage. But that's all right. We found the water bottle. It was in the rubbish bin, so someone's done the right thing. They've obviously seen it on the side of the road, picked it up and popped it in the bin at the edge of the campsite. So good on you for being an eco warrior, because I sure didn't. Finally, on the road to Quabba blowholes. We have skipped all of what we were looking at for Carnarvon, because we spent the day fixing up the water tank, and then we went back and got my water bottle, and yeah, it has been a day. I decided to kick back, put my feet up, do a few reparations to the water bottle lid so it doesn't leak when I take water from it. But otherwise, I am ready. I'm ready for the end of today. But if today is the worst day, then honestly, I cannot complain. Because even though it's been absolutely, even though I've really been put up the creek, it's really not been quite so bad. Quite so bad at all. But we're on our way to the blowholes now. Hooray! We made it to the blowholes. Quite an adventure. That was one thing that we were definitely not going to not do, is see the blowholes. But look at that. Look at how the sun is just kind of around and all of this. It would be great. We're going to take a photo in front of the infamous King Waves kill sign, which is just, you can just see the top there. So Perhaps in the next part there'll be a little photo of me in front of the King Waves kill sign. But yes, look at this. This is where we're at. Frivolously attempting, in probably the worst footwear possible, to walk along these rocks. But yes, blowholes, so exciting. Now I'm walking to the car. We're not 100% sure where we're camping tonight, somewhere around here. But yeah, we've seen whales, we saw blowholes, watched a perfect sunset, honestly. I reckon that goes down as like one of the best sunsets yet. I mean, it's only day 6, it's only day 6, so, you know, there's not really much that you can compare if I'm only 6 days in. But hey, I could have many more evenings like this. Day might have been absolutely wild and whack and crazy, but the sunset was gorgeous. The blowholes were well worth the drive on a road that honestly felt like it was leading to absolutely nothing. But yes, very much well worth it. Now, just got to find a spot to stay and hope that there's room at the inn for us. Unfortunately, our first place for camping was full, which was down at the blowholes. We're giving Quobba Station a go. Pretty expensive and pricey though, over the 40s. The boys have just wandered off to go to the office. Fingers crossed someone's in there or around that area for us to check in, or at least just say, hey, have you got room in the inn? Otherwise it's going to be a long night of driving, I think, because there's nowhere else to stay unless you want to travel another 50 k's north. And if that doesn't work, then it's another 30 k's on top of that to try and find places, and then you just keep going up and up and up. But of course, wherever we end up tonight, we have to then come right back the way we came to get back onto Northwest Coast Highway. So it's been a day. It's been a day. Might have had the best sunset, but in terms of quality of the day, not great. And it's only just starting to set in that now this is what my water bottle looks like. That's how it is. And it holds probably maybe like 700 mils of water now, down from a litre over. Probably even less actually, because it feels like I'm already half empty. Oh, what a day. If today couldn't get any worse, this is what I've just reached into my bag, and I left the dishwashing liquids come open, and now there's at least like $1 worth of dishwashing liquid in the bag. Deep breaths. It'll be over soon.